now project the winner of the presidential race. CNN projects Donald Trump wins the presidency. The business tycoon and TV personality capping his unbelievable political journey with an astonishing upset victory.
Sometimes you kinda just need to break out. These days, we are surrounded by companies that are vying for our attention. I mean, every second we give is a penny earned for those pushing the headlines. With social media being a massive part of most people's lives and broadcasters losing thousands of viewers by the day, the desperation for your attention has never been so, well, desperate. But apps like Instagram and TikTok have pretty much eclipsed the fundamental idea of just sending memes and liking your friends' posts. These apps are where the majority of people get their news from nowadays, and we're running a dangerous line of our sources not being entirely truthful just in an effort to win the attention of our eyeballs. Many of these sources are quoted around the dinner table, to friends, or sometimes even to strangers, and it seems as though the truth holds many forms depending on where you stand. Radio has been dying, and some would argue dead, for quite some time now. And just when you think it couldn't get any deader, British radio stations are losing millions of listeners every single month. TV is following a very similar trajectory to radio, but I would argue probably about a decade behind. BBC News and BBC Entertainment are losing a ludicrous amount of viewers per month, and the money is fading from their once perfectly perched golden money tree. Where is this audience going? Well, that would be where to begin? We have to go all the way back to May the 24th, 1844, where a series of dots and dashes were typed out on a telegraph machine. Okay, yeah, not that far back. Accessibility is the key word here, with the majority of news stories being found simply by scrolling. There's no need to search. Yes, it's a great way to stay in contact with your friends, but it does sometimes feel quite lonely on social media, which is a strange idea in and of itself. We're supposed to be connected, but it does kind of feel like everyone nowadays is just kind of following their algorithmic path. But the memes are really good, so that's cool. It seems as though every kind of social media influencer, actually no, scrap that, pretty much everyone on social media is supposed to have their own well-researched idea and opinion on the societal and political climate of today. We used to worry a tremendous amount about how our appearance would be judged on social media, but now it kind of feels like our morality is what's being pulled into question. What was supposed to be quite a light-hearted way of maybe keeping connections or maybe making new connections has completely turned into like a battlefield of CVs, where if you say something that people don't like, you could potentially be either trolled or cancelled. I use the term battlefield here with purpose because I do feel like a lot of people go onto social media to kind of gather knowledge so that the next time they have a debate or an argument, they have ammunition, which leads into the natural and inevitable shift, and something that I think is actually a really big problem nowadays. Social media's algorithms right now are simply impeccable. If you watch or like a video in a certain topic, you will most likely be recommended a very similar video in the same kind of topic and potentially also holding the same kind of opinion. Now, this is great if you're watching a video based in music or movies or film, but I would argue it's probably not too great if it comes to current affairs or politics. Now, most people would obviously opt for watching a video from a perspective of someone that they know they're already going to agree with, But I would argue this could actually be quite damaging and can lead you down some pretty strange rabbit holes. Content getting a lot of views currently, right now, just so happens to be political, with a lot of gamers now turning their attention to political activism and content-heavy presidents like Donald Trump, who just exude hyperbole. We're getting a lot of people farming these people for content. It also seems like everyone has to have an opinion on these characters. And if you don't, well, what are you doing? You're supposed to have an opinion on this, you silly Rumpelstiltskin. And although you may agree or disagree with people like Asmongold or Hassan or Destiny, these people are very assured in their beliefs and can easily influence people who stumble across their streams. Now, it's important to do your own research when it comes to getting involved in these things, but it's also very important to know when to take a step back. Arguing with family and potentially losing friends over what someone in charge is doing is never really worth the effort. The political landscape is a minefield currently, and the world isn't going to stop turning if you decide to take a break. It's important to see all sides, it's important to take a breath, and it's also important every now and then to just break out of it all. Thank you so much for watching. I just want to preface as well, this video wasn't made to guide or persuade, mainly just to touch down on the current situation that we find ourselves in when it comes to social media, and especially touching slightly on politics. And thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. I've got a lot more coming, so please stay tuned, and if you like what you like, please like and subscribe and all that jazz. Probably never say that again, but thank you so much. Yeah, we'll see you in the next one.